Hello, folks. Welcome to the backstage listening room here at the Key West Theater. How y'all doing? Everything's cool? We have a lot on the agenda tonight, but how we're going to start this off is different. We're going to honor Wayne Shorter. Wayne Shorter, of course, was in the Art Blakey Jazz Messengers. He was the main writer and arranger. He played in Miles Davis's second great quintet, along with Herbie Hancock, Ron Carter, Tony Williams, and he was also a founding member of Weather Report with Joe Zawinul. And he passed away. Hey, Fritz. When I want you to practice, you don't practice. Now that I'm talking, you're practicing. See how these people are? Okay, now, and Wayne Shorter, what a great contribution he gave to the world of jazz. And yes, and he died 1 week ago. Actually, 1 week and 1 day ago. And we're going to do one of his songs called Footprints. love it. Yeah, in memory of Herbie Hancock. I'm sorry, Wayne Shorter. Yeah, there you go. During the COVID lockdown, I was locked down up there in Danville, Pennsylvania, and I wrote some 39 songs. Now we will be presenting these songs to you. This first song, first I will, a vocabulary lesson. Tohu bohu. Anybody know what tohu bohu means? Christine, tell them what tohu bohu means.
It's actually a word found in the Bible. It's called the state of confusion. So there you go. I got it on.
What does it mean?
The state of confusion. That's
all
what
right.
it means. Tohu bohu. That's weird.
And during the whole COVID lockdown, I felt that I was in a state of tohu bohu. On tenor saxophone, Les Dudley. On guitar, Fritz Ziegler. And on bass, Jeff Dalton. And on drums, Ray Spence. you. Let's see, this is a very easy to swallow song that I wrote during the time. It's called The Insider, and what really I thought of why I called it The Insider is actually, remember when they were talking about Congress and people having insider trading thing of the stock market? That's what made me think of this tune. So that's this tune. And it was Nancy Pelosi, I think they were talking about. All right. Nancy Pelosi inspired this next song too. It's called The Fox. Okay? Not in the typical way that you think. Hey, Dennis and Celeste, how you doing? Welcome. Dennis, stand up and tell the folks how we met. Turn around and tell the folks how we met. Stand up, I am serious. Stand up and tell the folks.
So when I met Larry 17 years ago, was at the gym. I had too much weight on the barbell. It was down here. I saw this guy working out next to me and I said, "Hey, buddy, you think you can help me here?" And he goes, "No, wait a minute, I gotta finish my set." I'm not paraphrasing. If you know him, you know that.
So Nancy Pelosi, the Fox. I the Fox because you know you're sly as a fox. That's why. So anyway, that's and hey, let me tell you this before we go on. This group of individuals, this group of highly proficient musicians, have not played together before about mid-January. Is that about when we started doing this? Yeah, around mid-January. And I really have a lot of respect for them, and I want to thank them, a lot of gratitude for them to commit to learning my songs and to do this concert. Jeff would drive down from Marathon to my house, do the 2 or 3 hour rehearsal, then drive back up to Sugarloaf to do the Paradise Big Band rehearsal, which, by the way, we have a concert coming up. I believe it's the 29th. The 26th of this month, so come to Paradise. But anyway, so he'd drive back up to Sugarloaf, do the concert, then drive back down to do any variety of like at Virgilio's or at the Little Jazz Room, or to play, he's in Kinky Boots. He had a sub tonight for Kinky Boots. Then he would drive back up to Marathon where he lives. How do you like that? This guy. Also, Fritz Ziegler, someone else who's going to be in the Paradise Big Band concert is Madge Johnson back there sitting up on the And Madge is going to be doing a song that was made most recently re-famous again by Michael Bublé. Fritz comes into Fritz runs a sound company. He did all the music. He is the leader of, who's that guy? Robert Alberry. And he installed all the sound equipment at Little Palm Island and runs sound at the Green Parrot and at Ocean Key House. He comes in, he's all bummed out, and he goes, "Larry, I don't know how much time I have to do. I have to do this." Apparently, he owns big sound equipment up in Miami. And he said, "Yeah, man, this dude, man, I gave him my sound equipment and he subbed it out for way too little money." Guess who he subbed it out to? Michael Bublé. Are you kidding me? Right. Ray Spence, I don't know at all. He's the guy on the drums. How about a nice round of applause? But I do know that Ray is the drummer for the most popular society band that gets all the bookings, the Prime Movers, right? You're the drummer for that. And Les and George are just really fine gentlemen. Les played in the 124th Army Band, something like that.
40th.
The 40th. Yes, and George Heeman is from Lausanne, Switzerland, and the two of the nicest gentlemen you'll ever meet. All right, we're going to do a song called The Fox. What I wanted to tell you is, so we never played before January. So I'm going to you have to realize that one of the things that they are very frustrated with me because I change everything all the time. And that's the way I do it.
No way.
Here's, so I'm gonna just review every time. The first solo will be Fritz on this song. The second solo will be Les. The third solo will be Jeff. The fourth solo will be George. And the last solo will be me. And this song is called The Fox, okay? Let me get it up though, so I know what I'm doing. All right, and if anything, don't, faster than slower, okay? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. We premiered this song actually I think last year at the Paradise Big Band. This song I wrote, finished up on the day that I found out about my dear friend Peter Diamond's wife Holly Camille's passing. This is called Holly Angel. They're doing the one, the two, the one, two. MJ. Okay, and then during that time of the COVID lockdown and riots all over the place, the insurrection, this and that, I thought we were in crisis. So this next song is appropriately entitled Crisis. And it features Fritz Ziegler. Fritz Ziegler, by the way, and I go back 40 years up there in Woodstock, New York. We played music together and this and that. And we haven't played it as much as we should have down here in Key West, but here we are. All right, so here's how we will do this. Fritz will take the first solo. Let's see, how does this work? Jeff will take the A section. Les will take the B section, and I will take the whole solo, and we'll play it out. This is called Crisis. One, two, three. this little monophonic synthesizer that I have, I gave up because it was not keeping in pitch. So it's working like the whole time, like 2.5 months that we're practicing. Of course, today it's not staying in pitch. C'est la vie. So that was but it was cool because it was a crisis. This next song is called The Lockdown Waltz, and the reason that I call this the Lockdown Waltz is that even with the lockdown, it was like kind of cool to be isolated, and of course my wife would go around the apartment that we got, a beautiful apartment up there in Danville, naked, dancing and singing. I like that, so...
How about those Zoom meetings?
So anyway, yeah, this is
Never stop thinking.
Christine, you want to give him a little example?
Save it for later.
By the way, how do you like Ray Spence on drums? How do you like my buddy Fritz Sigler on guitar? All right, that song was probably the extreme of aggressiveness and volume in this. This is the exact opposite, the Lockdown Waltz. Good, rock on notes. Okay, so after all that, I wrote this song because every now and then, I don't know, Dr. Fauci or he said, the COVID epidemic is coming to an end or whatever. So I wrote this song called Is It Optimism Yet? So this is It Optimism Yet? And how we're going to do this, guys, is Les A, Fritz B. Then we go back to A, Jeff, George B. And then Larry C. And the saxes enter the second time in my solo. Okay? That's how we do it.
You all got it.
And this time's going fast. If these guys wouldn't talk so much, we'd probably get some more music. Let's see. We're going to do a song called The Hail Mary. And Fritz, you'll take the first solo. Les and George, you'll take the second solo in the middle there. And I'll take the last solo. And this is, you know, the Hail Mary in sporting events when it's the last second. It's like a very improbable pass or something. I forget the situation, but I'll tell you why I keep talking about like Congress and this and that. Where I had myself, I had a piano set up, I had my computer right here, and the TV. And these songs, if the song wasn't going, I would go to the computer, I'd go to TV, and I saw a lot of stuff on TV. I had this was, the Hail Mary was actually some sort of congressional thing that they tried to do, and the commentator called it the Hail Mary, and I thought that was cool. So that's one, two, 3, 4. Okay, I got a surprise for you people. All the songs that I writ all the songs that I writ back there, all the songs that I wrote are instrumentals. But because I know some people would rather hear vocals than instrumentals, I have invited my lovely bride, Christine Cordone, to sing a song. And she has invited two of her friends, the lovely Claire Kaplan and the lovely Ann McFarland, Dr. Ann McFarland. And I'd like to say a little bit about Claire Kaplan. She is a great, great singer who is a member of the Hoagies, which I'm a member of, and we play around town. Dr. Ann McFarland and I have known each other since the 8th and 7th grade. And Dr. Ann, when I say Dr. Ann McFarland, she holds a PhD from Temple University. And
wow, fantastic.
One of the foremost Carl Orff specialist in the world. She tours the world and teaches folks about Orffism. Yes. So, yeah. Go ahead. How does that go? That tune is big hit? We did it at a concert. How did that go? And sing a little of that. All right. So anyway, this first song that we're going to do was not part of this Songs from the COVID. It is a song that Christine and I co-wrote back in about 1976 or 77. It was produced by Bob James. Who's that flute player that played on it?
Hubert Laws.
Yeah. And this is a record that even Michael Brecker played on back there in the day. So this song is called, what's it called?
All in a Dream.
All in a Dream. what was the other word that was in the vocabulary today? Anyway, no. I forgot. Dr. Fred Coven, would you come up here very quickly?
Sarcasm.
Sarcasm, yes.
The theme of the show.
Some folks, this next song that I wrote again before the COVID. I wrote when I was signed with Marshall Chess. You may know Marshall. You might not know Marshall, but you know his father and his uncle. They were the famous Chess brothers who had the Chess record label in Chicago. The first 5 inductees in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame were Chess record people. It was like Bo Diddley, the Duck Walk guy, what the hell's his name? Chuck Berry. Yeah, all those guys. Anyway, I was signed, I had a publishing deal, a record deal, and a promotional deal with Marshall Chess, and I wrote this song. And a lot of people said this song is sarcastic. And so I would like to invite my dear friend Fred Coven to come up here and just speak to sarcasm very quickly. This is Dr. Fred Coven, ladies and gentlemen, the southernmost truth.
Good evening.
Am I sarcastic, Doc?
Yes. and sarcasm is dangerous because I always like people to feel better. The whole purpose of psychology and life is to feel better. Sarcasm can hurt people's feelings.
Not if it's on yourself.
Well, you have to be careful with it.
Okay.
I noticed how appreciative you were about everybody in the band. And that makes people feel good when people are acknowledged. So tell people around you you really appreciate them in your life. Do it to 3 people and see how you feel. And I won't charge you for that.
Thank you, Doc. Also, what about Swoofy and Moochie? Swoofy and Moochie, do you want to speak to sarcasm? Okay. All right, this is a song that I wrote back then. It is my view of the recording industry. It is right before I got out of the industry because I didn't like it. Am I interrupting? Wow.
Possibly. You got it, Dennis.
Let me hear girls.
It could be a matter of life. It could be a matter of death. Isn't that the way the story goes? Everybody wants their own slice. Everybody knows a sure bet. Isn't that the way the story goes? Isn't that the way the story goes? Isn't that the way the story not the way the story goes. I should listen to what you say. I will do it if I do it your way. Isn't that the way the story goes? 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 Isn't that the way the story goes?
Claire Kaplan, Anya Carlin, and Christine Cordova. If there's kids, that's right over there with you. How do you like that? I told you, see? You wouldn't listen to me. Hey, how do you like this band? All right. We're going to do a song called the Hesfield Strut, which is the closest thing to a straight-ahead jazz thing that I've written in this collection of, in this catalog of this and that. You know what? People say that just because it's instrumental music is jazz music. This is a form of jazz. It's not straight-ahead jazz. It's like kind of like pop tunes, kind of jazz standard chords, and we're improvising over it. So it's a form of jazz, but see, call it whatever you want. It's called music. How's that? Yeah. So this is called the Hesfield Strut. This is the only thing that my wife and I went out of the house the whole time that we were in the COVID lockdown. We went out and walked this place called the Hesfield Strut. And this is that. 1, 2, 3. Hesfield Strut, baby. Okay, we're getting down to the nitty gritty here. I would like to do, if you guys don't, first of all, I'd like to thank Kelly Norman and Brianna Ganji for having us here tonight. They run the whole thing. I'd also like to thank Tony Borelli, the sound man, and Ryan Russo, who is running the whole joint tonight. And also Marissa, who is serving me the drinks. So, if you guys don't mind, I'd like to do a few more. Is that cool?
Yeah.
All right, good. I'd like to do.
What are they gonna say? No.
Well, yeah. I'd like to feature Jeff Dalton on this song. It's called "The Healing." So after all this lockdown and this and that, this song is called "The Healing," and it's about healing. Yeah. Anybody want to explain that to me? Anyway.
Healing.
Yeah. Yeah. I should have wrote that. It would have been a better thing. So. Okay. The Healing. Jeff Dalton, man. All right. This song's called Impressions of the Insurrection. And that's what it's called. And we will play it now. So that's that. And you guys know the song Impressions by, who wrote that? Coltrane? Yeah. We,
some unknown dude.
yeah, we borrowed that song in here, so, oh, let me see here. We will be, George, Jeff, Les, Larry, and we'll put Fritz in there too, might as well. 1, 2, 3, Jeff Dalton. Yeah, impressions of the insurrection. All right, the one last song that we're going to do is, we started out the night in memorial, or in deference, not deference, in, what's the word?
In honor of.
In honor of, not Herbie Hancock, who's that? Man, why don't you guys run the damn show then? I'm telling you. I'm standing right here. It's not like I'm even in the men's room or something. But anyway.
You made me do it.
We're going to do one last song because we're all going to end up here. This is called Laid Out in Lavender. If you remember that before embalming and stuff, when people were in the casket, they...
We don't remember that.
Anyway, we all ended up there. So this is called Laid Out in Lavender. Thank you all for being here. One more time, how do you like Jeff Dalton? I like Ray Spence, Chris Sigler, George Heenan, Wes Dudley. And how about the three women over there, Christine Bernard, Ann McFarlane, Claire Kaplan.
Thank you.
We're gonna do one little surprise for you. You know those guys over there, Little Feat? Man, about 24 people said to me, they're not coming here because of Little Feat. So because of that, I'm gonna have Christine do a song. This is a Little Feat song, just to piss them off, all right? This is a Lowell George song. He wrote this song when he was a member of the
Mothers of Invention.
The Mothers of Invention, if I can. And when he said to Frank Zappa, I wrote this song, and then when he played for him, Frank said, you gotta start your own band, son.
I've been warped by the rain, driven by the snow, and I'm drunk and dirty. Don't you know I'm still